there goes Andrew right there. Davey just went by, and they're packing seedings in. They got done with the Hudson farm. Now they've moved over here to Cleverly's. Got one bin open on that center drill because I've got it full of seed and I can't close it. Well, we're into the following day here now, and as you can see, in that last clip there, we were working on putting seedings in here yesterday, and we ended up getting a rain shower overnight, and that's got us in the shop today. So all I gotta do is put 50 gallons of oil in this reservoir. We can back this truck outside. That'll give us the use of the whole shop here. We wanna start putting these rails together, these two angle iron pieces that are on the floor. They're gonna go up on the truck frame here, and that's gonna be the slide rail system that we're gonna use to fasten the silage body to. And then in the event that we wanna put a flatbed on this truck or whatever, we can just slide the silage box off and put the a flatbed on there. We're not going to haul manure with these trucks, or else we could put a manure tank on here as well. Now, we probably could be out seeding right now, but we've got some ground that needs to be plowed up. Actually, Andrew and Sarah are terra disking it right now. They've got to get the last 50 or 60 acres done here, and then tilled up, that is, and then we'll be able to finish putting the seedings in. So we've got a little bit more oil to put in there. We need to fill it right up full, and then this hoist needs to be loaded. The hoses all have to be loaded, and that's gonna suck that oil down quite a bit. So we'll let that get pumped in there, and then we'll start welding these angle irons together. All right, we have this all welded together, and now what I need to do is make the bracket for the front for the winch pulley. Now we're not going to put a winch on this right away, but I want to get that pulley assembly on there, and then everything will be done up front, and we won't have to weld anything near the cab or throw any paint on anything towards the cab. So I've got a 5-inch or a 6-inch shiv that I'll need to make the brackets up for it out of that angle iron there. We'll run a 3/4 inch bolt through it, and that's what I'll run for the pulley for the winch. Well, we are into the following day here now, and I ended up putting all this framework together, got it all welded, and I happened to think maybe I should get this grain drill going. I ended up planting some here last night, and I finished up real early this morning, and about 2 hours after I got done, we started getting showers. So we're done with the grain drill. We've got all the seed cleaned out of it, and the next job this is going to go into is seed and wheat. Tractor needed a service. Now this is the 8320 that came out of Wisconsin from Balwig Equipment, and we've put just what did we put on this tractor, like 570 some odd hours so far, and it was due for an oil change, and Jason is servicing it now. And the next job it'll go into is planting wheat. We haven't had any problems with this tractor whatsoever. It's been a real good tractor. However, we do have problems with the 624K2 loader here. This was a demo machine, and when I put this faster coupler on here, I wanted to bolt it on so that in the event that Garrett here wanted to just send this payloader back, we could just unbolt this, put the hoses back onto it. It's got this bracket on here, and the two fittings came up out of here to hook your attachments onto, but our equipment has this style coupler on there, so I bolted this unit here on there. It actually should be coming off right now, and a permanent setup should be put on there, but I kind of like how this is on there. However, I think Garrett broke it. We've got a weak weld right there from the factory, so this is cracked. It's probably got too much leverage hanging on there, so we're gonna re-weld that and weld this backside here. So yes, we did buy the loader. Garrett did not want to send it back. He fell in love with it, so it's staying. We've put, what have we put on this, 100 hours already? Yeah. So it had 303 or 305 hours on it. When we bought it, it was a machine that a company leased, and then after the 3-year lease was over with, they turned all their pieces of equipment in, and now they are slowly getting machines to replace them right now. I think 5 Star's got one more of these 624 loaders left. This is the same loader as our other one, but I'll use Jake's terminology here. This one has the window wash container here is in with the fuel tank there, so that's where your window wash fluid goes. No, that's the DEF fluid. So that's the only difference with this loader, is it has diesel exhaust fluid and the hydraulic oil reservoirs right here, opposed to up in the engine compartment. So when we did that video of this machine, when we first demoed it, I really didn't open up the engine compartment at all. This is the same engine that is in the other one. It's just got some cookers up in there for the exhaust and all that crap. And the other one had the exhaust reservoir right there, which I like that one down here better, you know. We don't think we're gonna put fenders on this one. They're like 2,500 bucks, and to be honest with you, I think they're more of a hassle than they're worth, you know. To get into the engine compartment, you gotta fiddle faddle with them damn things. They don't want to latch back together, and it's just a mess, especially in the wintertime. Everything is froze up and whatever, but yeah. So this is gonna need a service here in a little while, but what, I not close that good enough? Oh, I got some of the gasket come out. See, I didn't even notice that. Being that I'm running this camera, slam bang, right? So we're gonna weld this quick, get him kicked back out the door here, and either Andrew and Davey are gonna go packing seedings in once it dries off here, or Andrew and Sarah. So we ended up putting in, with the grain drill, a little over 540 or 50 acres of seedings with the grain drill. Caravel put on about 40 acres, so we seeded down roughly around 600 acres of ground here this late summer. So, enough yakking on the old camera. I better get to work here, right? Got a dime holding up a couple dollars here, right? Jason's waiting to get going. He doesn't want to screw anything up on camera, so so he says, put the damn thing away so I can get back to work. All right, we've got this welded into place. Garrett wants to get back defacing, but he overheard me talking about the diesel exhaust, and Jake refers to that as washer fluid. But he asked, he says, does this have washer fluid on it? It does. It has window, like a car, you can hit your window cleaner or your window pisser fluid thing. What I forgot to bring to everybody's attention is this here has a work light in the engine compartment. The other one does not have that, and that makes it handy for checking oil first thing in the morning. You know, I don't need any of my old lights, you know. I just open this up, turn the light on, and go. So that makes it handy. I don't know if that's something that's a special order or not, but these guys that are plowing snow in the wee hours of the morning would like that light. So we're gonna get this guy kicked out the door here in the window washer container on this payloader, because I actually had to look for it. It is down here on this right hand side. The container's down there underneath that steer cylinder, and I probably should label that, because you know what's going to happen is somebody is going to fill the container on the other side, which is for the transmission. Oh, yeah. I got a little confession to make. You know what I did one time on the 544 loader? Jeez. It's got the overflow for the radiator and the window washer container. They're right side by side. I know what you did now. So I said, oh, you know what it's got is it's got a window washer container for the back window, and it's got one for the front window. So I filled them both up. No, the one was for washer fluid. The other one was for the overflow, you know, your top tank for the radiator, which this one here is, oh, it's in this area right here. It's up right there. So needless to say, I had to drain the coolant. So all I had to do was look at it a little better. So, oh well, we don't want to tell anybody about that, so we'll keep that quiet. All right, get this thing out the door. Come on, what are you waiting for here? Come on, let's go. All right, I don't know, hopefully that hooks up a little easier. That was a little stiff, that's why that weld cracked there. So let me know how it works. All right, so I have my brackets made up for the sheave, the pulley, that is going to mount up front on this slide rail system. Now, I neglected to get a long shouldered bolt, so what I'm going to have to do is put a bolt in there long enough so that this bronze centered pulley rides on the actual shoulder of the bolt and not just the threaded part of the bolt, because this bolt here is probably long enough, but we don't want the pulley there to be riding on the thread. So I should have ordered a bolt, and I didn't. On the other truck, we washered it up, put a long bolt in there, double nutted it, and that's going to work. For the amount of times that we're actually going to use the actual winch to slide a body on and off, you won't even have to worry about that. So we'll have to find an appropriate size bolt here for that pulley. We'll get that all bolted together, set it into place, and get it welded. Then we could set this on the truck and get the body setting on. Then I got to hook up the tail hinge, then we can get the body setting on and start putting those tabs on. Well, we had a little rain shower, but as you can see, the sun's back out. And we got Andrew and Sarah I'm gonna pack these fields with both of these brilliant roller harrows here. They've got like, there's 60 or 65 acres over here. So once they get this done, they're gonna bring these roller harrows home and we can unhook them. Actually, we'll leave them hooked up. We can use that on the wheat ground. So today's Andrew's last day of work before school starts, right? You got school tomorrow. You looking forward to going back to school? No?
We're gonna need the annual time for a dump wagon.
Yeah, maybe. So, and today was my actual last day doing field work with a tractor. Unless I get kicked out of the combine, right?
You might.
Yeah, who's gonna do that?
Me.
All right, so you guys might as well go ahead and get started. Let's not break anything, all right?
Just talking to you.
Last day before school. Yeah. Well, we got that 8320 all serviced up along with a grain drill. Now we're going to jump in the Freightliner. We're going to pull that down to the shop. We're going to get the slide rails put onto it, and hopefully we can get the silage body on there in a little while too. I've got to do some welding to the tail hinge. Before we can do that, the body that we're going to put on it is sitting over here in this bunk. You can just barely see it. So we need to get that body out of there anyways, and start putting corn silage in that bunk here when we get chopping here in a week. So the weather is straightening around here. They were talking showers all day today. And I was actually worried that we weren't going to be able to get the seedings put in, but we've got that done. Andrew and Sarah are packing them in, and there'll be a couple hours, and then they should be back here and done with that job. So we'll have to fire up this truck, get it down to the shop. We'll use the gantry to hold the front of the angle iron frame up in the air, and then we'll hold the back end up with the forklift, and then we can set it down on top of the hoist and start fitting everything up. All right, now we've got this setting on the gantry, and he's gonna slowly back in here. Actually, I'm gonna have to lift it up some. Alright, so now we're just going to set this down on the chassis, but what we're going to use, we used treated lumber between the frame, or the angle iron and the frame. We're going to actually put rubber on this one. I ordered rubber for the other one, but it didn't come in on time. So we ended up putting 2x6s on the other one, which that has worked out rather well. But we're going to go and get a couple of these scabs of rubber to set this onto, and then once we get our tabs welded on there, we'll actually weld it into place. Alright, so we have the rails setting into place. I've actually even got the tail hinge welded in as well. They're the tabs on the body. Now, when we end up putting this body on here, there's going to be a tab for the box that goes right here. So we had to cut this out, and then the cylinder mounting tab, or not the cylinder, the box mounting tab is going to slide into here, a 1-inch plate. So we've got that cut out for it. On both sides, we'll slide a flat bar in that goes all the way across to grab onto the tabs that are on the back end, and there's another tab that falls into place about here, and then there's one up front here. On the other box, the other rail system, when we put that on, we didn't have this rubber in stock yet, or it wasn't, I had ordered it. I ended up putting 2x6s underneath the last one, which worked out really well. But this here is like a rubber box isolator, rather. And this is a metal piece here, and it is shaped somewhat like that, and then this rubber is T-shaped, and that just slides into this groove, and you weld this piece on to the underside of your body, or in this case rail system, and then it's got this thick piece of rubber that the body can sit on when it's on the actual truck frame. So we're going to go ahead and set this box on there, but this is going to do it for this video, and we'll come back at you with the next video. Well, the next video will be the install of the box and the welding on of the tabs and everything else, and the actual finished final product. So how'd you make out with the roll harrow? Got it back here, right? Nothing's broke. Nothing's broke. Yeah. All right. This guy's got to go to school tomorrow. So what do you want to tell everybody? Yeah, there you go. All right, folks, that's going to do her. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you at the next one.